I hit the wrong thing, man. I looked at it and I hit the wrong thing. Oh my gosh. This just shows you that I need a vacation. But enough about me. Alright, let's get back. Let's get to it. Let's get into it. Alright, let's turn this down a bit. Make sure y'all hear this amazing voice of mine. Alright, y'all. Welcome back again. Another episode, another night of me talking my shit. This is the Dissect the Dialogue. I know I cursed like in the beginning. I'm gonna penalize on it. Let me clear my throat. Try not to catch no cold out here. Okay. There we go. All right. So another week, another episodic turn of events that's going on. Britney Spears dropped the memoir, exposing some shits. Apparently, she just letting it all out. Now, I just want to say, just no funny shit. I just want Britney to just get her justice in a good way, like get some redemption. I think a lot of like that child stars in that lifestyle needs to get something out of that. What they've been through. Like I think just some little monetary gain and like just taste of fame or whatever isn't much. Like people don't understand like how vital a normal childhood is. And I think the one thing I hate though is that the way this new generation is, and you see in the clubs, you see how they act on social media, you see all these things. And they just they try to act like celebrities, but the celebrities don't even want to be celebrities, which is weird to me. It makes sense, but it's like we're like everybody wants to be a goddamn celebrity, but the celebrities don't even want the shit. Then you got posers trying to stun each other, spending money they don't have just for some, I don't know, some dopamine to they want to feel something, some sort of gratification from random strangers, I guess, or women. I don't know. It's like odd. Like you see clubs nowadays, and we're not talking about clubs. I'll go into where I'm going to get into. But you see a lot of people just standing up, posted up, not doing nothing, think they're too cool for school, that type of thing. You got girls that's on their phone taking pictures of the damn food that they could probably cook at home. Wait, most of them can't cook. But they can make themselves, they taking pictures of the shit. Probably spending some random dude's money, not their own. Things like that. And it's like ridiculous. Nobody knows how to, it's not a lot of courting going on. In the clubs, like, it's like, it'll be like, I always see clubs as just like a way to like, it's kind of like the, I'm trying to think of the phrase for it. But basically it's just like, the block, you try to look for your person you want to try to get with, maybe short term, maybe long term. Maybe you could be, that's what I thought the setting was. Maybe you network with people. It may not have to be on some romantic type stuff. Maybe you just want to connect with people, on some business tips. Y'all get together at this certain place, y'all talk, y'all politic, whatever. That's how, regular rendezvous would take place. It doesn't matter what the sex, but since we're talking about the sex, I do think it's very vital when I'm mentioning. Now, I don't know if y'all seen this. Man, I need to take a pause or something. But I don't know if y'all seen this, but there was like a long list of, I don't know who posted it. I probably might post it on a short or something. But it was like a long list of like places you didn't want to go on dates. I forget how many. I think it was like 20 something. But it was just like every time I read the list, I don't know if it's just like some trolling shit going on. But every time I kept looking at the list, I kept thinking like, man, this generation is so fucked. It's crazy. And I keep looking at the list. I know This is what I want to understand. This is just like not really a serious question, but it's just like a side question. Is there a problem with Cheesecake Factory? I really want to know because I've been in there a few times. I've never really had any problems with it. To be honest, I thought restaurants like a Cheesecake Factory was like, those restaurants where it's like fancy but pricey. You know what I mean? Like it's still in the batting range, but if you want like a nice scenery, maybe you see like a water fountain somewhere. You might get some appetizers. You might see two hummingbirds having sex, shit like that. I would thought that was the vibe. I thought these women nowadays would like some shit like that. They always want to talk about going to fancy shit, but they work at goddamn McDonald's. But I thought that was the vibe. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I ain't been outside lately. I don't know. Someone please tell. Well, I did post it. And this I know it was bullshit because when I posted, I remember I did a poll on it. Most of the people said no. So I want to know who's coming up with this shit. I want to know who's coming up with these lists because it's almost like, personally, I think it's like a goddamn robot or somebody making this shit up. But then again, you probably got some people that think that. And that's the scary part. It's like, yeah, we see these memes, we see these different lists and red flags and all this nonsense. We think it's jokes, but sometimes some people are too stupid to not see the jokes or the sarcasm or the satire. They actually take it at face value and then they go around to other men thinking, oh, you can't take me to this place, and this place, and that place. I mean, the list was crazy. I wish I could pull it up. But it was showing like Cheesecake Factory. It was showing movies. You can't take me to movies. You can't take me to bowling. Uh, Now, granted, uh, no, I'll scratch that. Um, what was it saying? Type of food chain, some stuff like that. Uh, they said can't go to your house, which I kind of get, but you know, it could waver because some it's okay. You can't go to a man's house, but I guarantee you bring them into your. It's neither here nor there. The point is, the list was stupid as shit. It didn't make any sense. Because, like, where do you want to go then? But something clicked in. Oh, because these women think they're so entitled, they expect a man to just, like someone that has everything all together to take them to, like, their first date to take them to Athens or something. Like, some stupid stuff. Like I said, the post was probably, trying to mess around, see what people say. But there's probably some people that think, oh, I gotta get a person that take me shopping or like maybe on this expensive. So I'm like, honey, you're looking for a father figure. Like it's nothing to talk about. You're looking for a dad, you know. But men get ridiculed for going a younger woman and then calling us weird. But then y'all do literally the flip side of it. But that's neither here nor there. The main focus on the reason why I bring this up is just because how growing up, right, men, we have to learn how to communicate with women, right? We had to learn, we had to do X, Y, Z when you first start dating, when you first start talking to them, give them flowers if they want flowers, give them chocolate, open the door for them, pay for the meal. What else? Some just ridiculous, requirements that men had to do by the time we were like 10 years old. Like we're just figuring out that we have a dick. Why are we discussing like how we're going to figure out how to talk to women? It's like putting too much pressure on us, right? And y'all, I don't know if y'all heard me say that before, but I have this made up theory. I probably made it myself. It's like the holiday theory, right? So I'll break it down. So the holiday theory, give me a second. The holiday theory, right? I made it up, obviously. Is basically how how certain holidays or certain important dates, for example, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, some sweet 16s, even there's bar mitzvahs and bar mitzvahs. That's the woman version of yeah. You have that, And, quinceañeras. And I try to think about all these holidays, right? Or all these different events. You know what they all have in common? That is literally programming women to think that they deserve something, that they deserve to be rewarded for just existing. The problem is you got women that get older and older and older and still think they're that same teenager that thinks they deserve everything. They have they don't have the experience. Shit, half of them don't even have the looks. Well, they don't buy the products to give them the perfect look. They gotta buy shit. With shipping and handling. You know, they can ship it, but they can't really handle it because the ads don't match with their BBL in their body. It's stupid. Stop getting BBLs for all you women that's getting that thing. And when you get BBLs, stop going to the gym acting like you got it by doing that. We all know if you pay someone to cut your stomach open, stuff it in your ass. It's stupid. You look ridiculous. You look like a goddamn walking queen ant. You look like goddamn Garfield. Stop that shit. Anyway, so that's my theory on that. I think a lot of women, which is kind of why the dating market is messed up. Now, granted, I do believe that yes, men could be handsy, kind of, a lot of SA that goes on. I get it. A lot of, you know, uncomfortable touching may happen. Women feel like they're not safe when they walk alone at night. Sometimes I get it. You know, either like I heard something like, I was, drunk, and this guy was trying to do this, whatever, and I didn't feel safe. And it's like in the back of your mind, you want to think, oh wow, that's terrible. But then I'm thinking like, damn, you're not really that smart. I'm like, why would you intentionally get yourself intoxicated in front of a bunch of strangers? That's like a man, walking outside like got a Lamborghini at the gas station, and he got like hundreds of thousands of dollars in the car. He leaves his car open, and then someone jacks it. Then like, are people gonna be like, oh, I feel bad? They're gonna be like, man, you dumbass, why you leave your car open? So it just goes with like the double standard that certain women have this sense of now. Don't get me wrong, this new generation has this instant gratification problem where they feel like they you know where if they want something, they feel like they should get it without putting in the work. I get it. But if we're talking about the dating market and the courting, that. But what happened to the dating market is the real question. Because there used to be a time where men did this to get the woman, right? They had to go through this hoop, go through that, and go through this, and boom, simple. Kind of like a game of hopscotch. Think of it as a game of hopscotch. Tap, tap, two step, tap, 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 tap. That's how it was, right? Women, on the other hand, and I can get shot down for it. I'll be honest, don't really have to do much. They don't. Now, if there's the exception of like maybe the woman has the car, maybe, she is responsible for the transportation. There's probably a good chance that she would expect. She's not gonna say it, but she's gonna expect the man to pay, just because again she's conditioned to think that the man's supposed to whatever. And I mean, y'all heard me mention before, whether directly or indirectly, you're pretty much not necessarily paying for sex, but in a way you're kind of paying for sex. Otherwise, what's the point of going on a date if you're not trying to get some later on? That's always been the way it works. But for some reason, this whole fake feminist movement that ruined everything. They made men seem like animals, and women were just the innocent victims. They don't do anything wrong, right? So they lie their way to getting, certain benefits, money, privileges, which is another thing people don't understand. Do women have more privileges than men when it comes to dating? Now, the stuff that I broke down, yes, off top, because you never heard a woman say like, "Yeah, I wouldn't mind paying for a meal." They'll say like, "Sure, we can split it," but it's very rare that a woman pays for a meal and then something happens afterwards. She's not gonna like it. She's not gonna like it one bit. Because the problem is modern women want traditional treatment, meaning they still want to be the type of woman they want to be, but they still want the benefits of the old days. But the problem is, men also want that too, but modern men are pretty much ridiculed for being how they are. Even though technically it's the woman that raised the same men that they complain about, which I find very interesting. I was hearing something about how they were saying men don't do the typical manly stuff no more. Like they always say, like, "Oh, well, women don't always have to cook and do all these things at the same time, whatever." I mean, it's not we're not necessarily telling you to do it. It's not like we're forcing you to cook and do housework. It's just something you should already know how to do, right? Just how like you expect men to do all the typical man things that you may have seen. But if we say we don't know how to do it, you call us some bitches. So just like how we give you a pass for not doing your, and plus I think when women say I don't want to cook and do this, they probably can't cook. But if that does occur, I mean, most of the time, like I said, they don't want to do it, just regardless. They don't want to seem like that. They'll make an excuse for it. Basically, they say, "Oh, I didn't grow up with this, that, and the third, so you had to accept me for who I am," which is another problem. And I know everybody else says this too. You women take accountability when it comes to relationships. Every time I hear stories about, you know, why a relationship didn't work, or who ended it, who did what to it, what do you always hear women say? Man was controlling. Man was narcissistic. Man was, insecure. They love using those words. They love using those three words. It's like regurgitated nonsense. They love, okay, understandable. So, what did you think you could have done to try to change it? Well, I don't know. I didn't do nothing wrong. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. So you have, but that's with everything. You know, as men, we always got like this long list of expectations that we need to meet in order to get away. It didn't used to be like that. As a man, if you worked, if you were respectful, if you were, gentlemanlike, courteous, whatever, if you struck a woman's attention, boom. Simple, just like the job market. You do this, show up, you get the credentials, boom, you got the job. It was simple. Now shit happened. I don't know. AI ruined everything. Everybody wants to have these high expectations nowadays. With men, it's like, and that's another thing. There was another list. There was another list showing the stuff that they didn't want men to. That's when I knew it was kind of trolling because, like, I think they knew that when the Cheesecake Factory that stuff was popping. I think they knew what they were doing, so I think they made another list just to try to see if people would. I knew it was a troll, but I'll continue. But yeah, it had a list of stuff they didn't want men to do, just some silly stuff like, oh, men can't. I said some stupid stuff where it said like a man shouldn't be dating if he doesn't have a suit. That's when I was like, it's like, are we really this dumb to believe this nonsense? But like I said, there's somebody that probably looks at that and it's like, yeah, I don't want to. The nigga don't have a suit. What? Like, what am I gonna need a suit for? The only time I'm really gonna need a suit is weddings, which is very rare to have, and probably funerals. I'm not gonna wear a suit. I'm not gonna wear a suit to go to the damn beach. Like, this is when the stuff start getting. Then they say like, oh, a man can't have this many kids or whatever, but women for some reason can would know. No, nobody checks her on that. They can have multiple baby daddy. Yeah, I said that right. Multiple baby daddies. Yeah, it was just getting dumber and dumber. A man can't be a truck driver dating. I'm like, it's like, damn. It's like first we was bums. Now it's like, damn, certain jobs that we have. It's like certain jobs that we have is on the red flags. So a truck driver is bad, but an OnlyFans entrepreneur is okay though. Okay, cool. Instead of being a con artist or a snake oil salesman, I'll just be a preacher. But the point I'm trying to make is it's all just nonsensical stuff. I think with social media, reality TV shows, and all that programming, it like messed up the dating market a bit. It messed up in a way. It messed up. I mean, we can go back to the '60s with welfare and black community and all. We can go back to that and talk about that all day. But in a modern sense, it's like men nowadays got to be careful how they approach women because if we say the wrong thing, who knows what's going to happen? We don't know if we're going to get canceled. We don't know if we're going to get arrested. We don't know if we're going to, you know, something might happen to us. We might get kidnapped or something. I don't know. But it didn't used to be like that. And I think what we see and that's why we got to put this crap down sometimes. I think that and another thing, I'm taking the silencer off. All you relationship podcast people need to shut up. Okay. If y'all are not educated and did the groundwork and y'all don't have a background and understanding sociology and understanding the human psyche on these things, y'all shouldn't talk about relationships. I think a lot of these alpha male and these relationship podcasts kind of ruined, you know, like the media as a whole because it's like that. I mean, and obviously I have my thing, but if I was just doing the same stuff they'd be on, it wouldn't. I don't even think it would. Well, I mean, shit, I don't know if it could try to get some traction, but me try. I notice like as I'm trying to figure out some of this stuff, I notice like that if I talk about the nonsense sometimes I'm not gonna say all the time, it gets traction sometimes. But when it's stuff people want to hear, it doesn't really go on. That's what I feel about the dating stuff. When people want to, there's a lot of problems. Like a lot of the relationship people, they talk about all the problems of dating and all the negatives and a man should be doing this. Well, a woman should be doing that. Well, a man can't do that as a woman. It's like a lot of problems. Everybody's talking about the negatives. It's not solution based a lot of times. And I get annoyed because it's like every time it's like, okay, cool. Y'all have the things that y'all don't like about certain relationships. What are you going to do to fix it? You have to figure out how to fix the problem, not complain about it. It's like a hamster on a wheel. You're constantly running around the same problem, moving. You're getting some traction. You're getting a following. You're getting viewers. Your rates are going up. But what's the point if you're not helping nobody? It's just hot air, not doing nothing. Where do we go as far as getting everybody on board with bringing back the nuclear structure of one person and another person meet and connect? They don't let outside people try to tell them how to run their relationship. And I think that's what kills a lot of relationships sometimes. You got single people that are, or people that's in terrible, you know, relationships, things ain't going the way they're supposed to. And then they see, you know, their friends, successful relationships. Then they give them the worst advice. Next thing you know, all that chit chat comes back to the house. Next thing you know, they split. And then their friends start fucking the same people that they told them to watch out for. It's dangerous out here. So I'll just say, if you're out there and you're trying to meet somebody, do it, play it, do it the old fashioned way, play it safe. Don't go to a club. Don't try to go somewhere where, y'all get intoxicated. Go somewhere real intimate where y'all both can afford it. Don't have an ego, boot. Was it ego trip? Big ego? Something like that. Just don't get ahead of yourself sometimes. Get to know the person. Don't expect them to have everything figured out, especially if you're young. Especially if you're young. If y'all both young, like y'all not multimillionaires. Nobody's entrepreneurs yet. Okay. It's not, stop looking at your phone screen. I'm looking at YouTube thinking just because you do this or whatever, you're an entrepreneur. Read a book. Actually know what words mean before you say them. Okay. Not everybody's an entrepreneur. Okay. Not everybody is a coach. Okay. Yelling at people and screaming doesn't give you a coach title. Just like shaking your ass on camera and taking dudes' money doesn't make you an entrepreneur. You're an online stripper. Get that out of your head. But to sum this all up, not to get off track, we got to realize how important it is just to remain in healthy relationship dynamics. Because nowadays, people don't even want to feel. I'll say this. I don't think people want to be in love. I think they love to be loved. If that makes sense. People don't want to be in love. They love to be loved. I don't know if it's the environment they grew up in where all they knew was toxicity, but whatever it is needs to end. Because I noticed it's like the baby boy effect. I noticed like a lot of people like trying to emulate, that dynamic. It's scary too because because you play beat. Well, I don't watch BET anymore, but it's like they play Baby Boy a lot on BET. It's like what they do on Ridiculousness on MTV. I'm like, damn, they playing this a lot. I'm like, why does BET play Baby Boy so goddamn much? It's programming. They're making you think the stuff that you see is normal, so they keep playing that same movie. Same thing works with music. Keep playing the same movie. They keep playing the same song, and then eventually you get cloned to what that is. You start becoming what you see and what you hear. But if I tell people that, they're gonna think, "Oh, you go conspiracy." I'm like, no, it's called using your goddamn eyes. Like, come on, man. But in the whole, just to sum everything up, we need to get back to putting out more positive frequencies in the air. Start showing more, programs and having more music that and just more forms of entertainment and expression that comes from the heart, not from a machine, not from trauma, but then trying to spice it up and call it art. It's sick. It's sick, but Yeah, let me know what y'all think. What happened to the dating market? Does it need to get better? Has it always been like this? Let me know what y'all think. But like I said, like, comment, subscribe, YouTube. Uh, y'all know where I'm at. Spotify, Anchor. I almost said Snapple, Apple, Amazon, iHeart coming soon. Got that going. Uh, IG, Twitter, well, X now, but yeah. Let me know what y'all think, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.